Our first guest today is an internationally known artist who first made a name for himself at the height of the New York City subway graffiti movement. And he is a founding member of Tats Cru, a world-famous arts collective over the years. He's also worked with numerous organizations and collaborated with many of the top graffiti artists in the world, as well as various celebrities. And he's joining us now to share more about his work. And we are so excited to welcome Wilfredo Bio Feliciano, but we all know him as Bio from Tats Cru.
Hi, Rhina. How are you?
Good.
First of all, happy birthday.
Oh, thank you.
Happy holidays.
Thank you. Happy holidays to you too.
Thank you.
And I just saw you cringe when you heard your full name, right?
Like,
You're so used to hearing Bio, right?
My mother calls me Bio. That's the funny thing. This has been so long, I don't think there's very few people that call me by my name.
So now the world knows that your first name is Wilfredo.
Yes, I know.
So, you know, I just love just taking you in right now. You're a humble dude, and I've known you since your beginnings, and just to see where you are now, you know, let's inspire some of these artists out there and just give them a little background on just your journey. I mean, a short version of it, because we'll be here forever.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's pretty short. I grew up in New York City, started, you know, on the subways, doing subway graffiti, did that for many years. In the mid-90s, kind of got pushed off the subways, doing, you know, stuff in the street, and that's how I sort of stumbled to the business side of it, because now we were painting outdoors, I was painting outdoors, and people would actually see the artist now. Before, you would never meet the artist, you would see the work. So that led to the business side, and now somewhat 23 years later, you know, still doing it. Been focusing more in the past few years on gallery exhibitions and doing, you know.
But that within itself is a phenomenon, right? The subway art now being almost, I know that you merge it kind of like with fine arts. And I also know that your artwork, it travels by itself.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't travel by itself.
Somebody has to ship it.
Right. But it's just the fact that you have tours going on while you're somewhere else. It's phenomenal.
Yeah, right now I have some an exhibition in Miami and Wynwood. I also have a canvas that's the permanent collection of a street art museum that just opened up in Berlin. And I'm preparing for a show next year in Paris, and another project going on in June in London. So
I know every time I'm talking to you guys, you're either in Morocco. I know you have Morocco,
yeah,
Colombia,
Morocco,
China.
Yeah.
All right. So what is there still artwork over there? Or?
Yeah, in China I have a 5-story building that I collaborated with my partners, Nicer and BG. I just recently did about a couple of weeks ago in Bogota, Colombia. I did about a 2-3-story mural. And, you know, I have some stuff in England that still exists. I mean, it's funny that you put these murals up and you forget about them, but they continue to live, and, you know, people see them, and you've totally moved on and you're working on something different, so you forget the impact that you leave behind in terms of creating artwork.
You know, I think we have some images of your work, and I hope we're going to be able to pull them up. Just because you have a specific signature, I mean, Tats Cru, there's how many of you?
There's like 3 of us that run the company, but then you have the other members, Hal Nazem, who are now doing fine art. You have Totem in Atlanta. So, but we've all worked together for many years.
Yeah, but yours is symbolic because of the heart. Now, let's talk about that heart, because that heart, I know that heart anywhere I see it.
That was started in 2009. I actually was out in Puerto Rico, and Hal and Nazem were actually painting the wall. They invited me. I wasn't supposed to paint. It was Valentine's Day, whatever. I did my name, and then I just did the eye with a heart. But I did it really like raggedy. And a friend of mine who passed away about a year after that, she was like, "That's a very unusual heart. I've never seen it. It's a heart, but it's kind of like beat up." And she's like, "You should run with it." I was like, I just did it because it's Valentine. But then I kept doing it, and then once I stopped, people were like, "Where's the heart?" And I'm like, "The what?" They're like, "The heart that you do." I'm like, okay, so I had to bring it back, and now it's kind of evolved over time, and it's taken on its own different shapes and forms.
But it's Bio. That's almost like your signature.
It's become, yes, it's become.
Well, actually,
funny.
it is your signature.
Yeah,
it's not.
It is, yeah.
I'm like, it's almost like your signature, but it's your signature. And what about the name Bio?
Oh, that goes way back to the subway days. You know, you just needed a name that wasn't your actual
so that's what you would
government
tag.
name, right?
It's
So
Bio
became my name for writing on subways, and I've had it now 37 years, so long time.
And so, how many art pieces would you say you have altogether?
creating.
Have you ever tried counting?
I have thousands on paper, walls. I have storages full of photos. I have storages full of canvases. It's just, it's ongoing. It's a daily thing. This is what I've done with my life for the past 37 years. So,
How amazing is that to be able to live off of your art?
I mean, it's a blessing. It definitely is not something that I considered when I was a kid. You know, when I was first starting, my whole thing was I just wanted to be on a subway and see my name. And it's just been a life ongoing journey and mission. You know, I've been fortunate to travel around the world to work with many celebrities, movies, music videos, you know, and, you know, at this point is just move forward. You know, what else? You know, for me now, the galleries are what I'm finding more interesting at this point in my career in terms of painting. So I'm putting a little bit more energy. I still do a lot of the commercial work with the rest of Tats Cru, you know, because that's, you know, what we've done for the past 24 years as a business.
Right, and let's just mention that Tats Cru still resides, the office still resides in
Hunts
the
Point,
Point,
yes, the
in
Point.
Hunts Point section of the Bronx.
Yes, many years we've
So
been
no
there.
matter where they go, they always come back to the Bronx.
Yeah, no, that's something.
And you
that's
pass it
big.
on to the next generation as well.
Yeah, I mean, we chose to remain in the Point and remain grounded because it's just early on we learned that we've met a lot of young kids that it's funny that we've inspired that have actually turned around and hired us, became, you know, video directors and hired us to do like Beyonce videos. And these were our students in our art class who went on to become, you know, in their careers, big guys, you know.
That's what's up. That's what's up. I mean, that's what's up. You've worked with Beyonce?
We've done Beyonce,
J-Lo.
J-Lo, Missy Elliott, Fat Joe, Bunch KRS. I mean, we've done, at this point, maybe 26, 27 music videos throughout the years.
That's what's up. Thank you so much for sharing all of this with
Thank
us
you for
here
having me.
on our set. And if people want to see your art, where do they go? Do you have a
They
website?
can go to Instagram, bio Tats Cru on Instagram, our Facebook, Tats Cru. You can Google Tats Cru or bio, and I'm sure some images will pop up.
I'm sure they will. Thank you.
Thank you, Rhina.
Yeah,
Thank
you're
you
a
so much for
legend.
having
You're
me.
a legend.
Oh,
You're a legend.
That means I'm
Bio.
really old.
Once again, you guys, for more on the legendary Bio, make sure you visit tatscrew.net. And of course, you can just Google him, Bio.